through your mother, that baldness gene. So yeah, anyway, here we are. All right, we're live on YouTube for uh Wayne and Ozzy doing From Anxiety to Love. So I'm very excited for you too. I'm just turning it over to you, Wayne and Ozzy. The mic is all yours.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? What's going on? I'm for Wayne Steels. What's going on, Ozzy? This is Miracles Everywhere. And this morning we're doing well, not really the morning anymore. Eastern time is 12:30, and we're doing Anxiety to Love by Korean Subka. And it's Course in Miracles. It's a book on Course in Miracles, a therapeutic approach. That's very therapeutic. It's sort of a therapeutic approach, one that everyone can kind of understand. It's an easy, very approachable approach, put it that way. And I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll get a lot out of it. A lot of exercises too that we do. Anything else? Anything? How's it going? How you doing? I just saw you yesterday, so usually we don't see each other for a while, but just saw you yesterday.
Yeah,
So
yeah, doing good still.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad
good.
to see you. Happy to be here.
Yes, yes, me too. All right, so I'm gonna play today's lesson. It's a shorty, and then we'll get right to it. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Okay, good. And then so today's 252. 252. It's Son of God. Son of God is my identity. Son of God is my identity. It's a good identity to have. Son of God is my identity, and let's just get straight to it. All right, so okay. Oh yeah, I gotta share sound. I gotta share sound. I gotta share sound. I gotta share sound. Okay.
Lesson 252. The Son of God is my identity. Myself is holy beyond all the thoughts of holiness of which I now conceive. Its shimmering and perfect purity is far more brilliant than is any light that I have ever looked upon. Its love is limitless, with an intensity that holds all things within it in the calm of quiet certainty. Its strength comes not from burning impulses which move the world, but from the boundless love of God Himself. How far beyond this world myself must be, and yet how near to me and close to God. Father, you know my true identity. Reveal it now to me who am your Son, that I may waken to the truth in you and know that heaven is restored to me.
Okay. That's a quickie. That's a shorty. And as I said, I am the Son of God. I am the Son of God. I won't get into discussing it. We'll get straight to the book. But just quickly, I am the Son of God. The Son of God is my identity. I am a child of God. I am the Son of God. Is who I am, but it's not the body. So it's the collective nature, my collective nature as the Son of God. We are all the Son of God. We are all the child of God. We are all the infinite, omnipresent, omniscient, uh, uh, all-powerful child of God. And this whole thing is just a lot of energy that we're taking to kind of present ourselves as different in a different context, one that's it's very small, in order that we can make ourselves bigger again. It's the game of get rid of it all so we can get back again. All right, Ozzy, you ready? You ready?
Ready, 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 ready.
All right, so passing through the panic attacks. Yeah, passing through them. I used to have panic attacks when I was 20 years old. Yeah, 20. From 20 to, well, you never truly lose the fear of panic attacks, but I should say fear of panic attacks, but the memory of panic attacks, let's put it that way.
Mm,
You always
yeah.
kind of remember what they kind of felt like. So, it's just like, none of they're going to happen again, but you remember what they felt like. And it's kind of like you feel like, you still have them small amounts of it. But I used to have them a lot because I had that bad LSD trip. And from that point on, I had like,
Oh, really? From
yeah,
that?
yeah, it was from that because it was really a bad LSD trip because it was mixed with medicine. And my whole body was shook up from that. And so from that point,
Wow.
20 years old on, and for years and years and years, I couldn't smoke any more pot for like years. I couldn't do anything for years. I was all shook up from that. So, and, uh, and anytime soon, I get into a situation where it was difficult because I had to, I was on stage still, and I still had to, I took medicine for anxiety on stage. It was tough. It was funny. Right after I did that, and then I had anxiety, and I started. So I was when I first the next day, I started stuttering.
Oh,
I was my mouth, but it was not really stuttering. My mouth was just shaking, and
okay.
and I said, but I can't believe I stutter now. I mean, yeah, all these years now, suddenly I'm 20 years old, and it's one choice that was just wrong, and now I stutter.
Hmm.
It went on for 4 days, and then went away.
Wow.
For 4 days, I stuttered. I was just like, I'm gonna have to make some choices now. So my acting career, and how I'm gonna approach this because I stutter. I'm a stutterer. It's life. And then it went away. So I was happy. But, so you gotta be careful. Be careful.
Yes.
You never know. That went away. Right. So passing through panic attacks, passing through them, not suppressing them, passing through them.
Well, you want to start reading or you want me to?
You might as well start reading. Read better than
All
I
right. So Corinne talks about her panic attacks happening spontaneously during the day, and they woke me up at night, and sometimes they lasted 2 weeks at a time. Well, the dry heaves, stomach spasms, and trouble eating were evidence from the ego that I was losing my mind to anxiety. But I refused to lose hope of recovery. Extreme suffering brings you to your knees, and this is a great time to start letting go. Being in a state of relinquishment is actually a good place to be. If you're stuck in panic mode, let the anxiety crack you open to release even more to your inner therapist than you thought you could. Revisit the laundry list exercises in chapter 6, steps 3 and 5. In relinquishing a thought system that doesn't work and exchanging it for a new thought system of peace, all you have to lose is fear.
Yeah, what would you say again? Go back. I want to say one thing. Can you go back? She said here, yeah. If you're stuck in panic mode, let the anxiety crack you open to
Yeah,
release even more. I've said that before, but I love the way she said it. I always just say, let it bury you. Let the situation you're in bury you completely. Let it just
yes,
let it overcome you, and so because there's really nothing there anyway. So
yeah,
let it just totally overwhelm you to the point where it just washes through you and washes over you, and you're left standing in the end with nothing there. It's show for it, except for you, and what's left over is just you, and you're fine. And then, like how she says, it's even better is if you're stuck in panic mode, let the anxiety crack you open. Let it just totally destroy you. Because really,
yeah,
it's not destroying you, but that's how it might feel at first. It might feel like it's hurting. It's getting bigger and bigger. The hurt's getting pain. The pain's getting larger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The emotion's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But then eventually it just goes away. It just dissolves.
yeah. As soon as I read that, Wayne, I thought of you talking about let it, like how you said it, but I didn't remember how you did. So I'm glad you
Yeah,
reiterated
let it bury
your
you.
way. That's so true. Like, yeah, that's so,
It,
that's
it,
such good advice, is just to let it bury you, let it crack you open,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah. See, when I had that illusion of the boy, hallucination problem, and I was having hallucinations, and I saw this little boy coming out of the closet in my basement. And I
Oh
remember
boy.
it was yeah, it was a problem for like a moment. And I didn't know what to do, and I knew, but it wasn't like I thought he was really there. I knew he wasn't there at the same time I saw him. I knew there was something wrong with my functioning because of the Parkinson's and the meds. Something was malfunctioning. So I saw him and I knew he was there, but I knew he wasn't there. So I just said to him, I looked at the little boy and he was smiling at me, and I just said, come towards me. I motioned him to come towards me,
Yeah.
and he got really right up to my face, and then he just shattered.
Wow.
And it was gone. It was just gone. And it was what I feared. What was it going to do? I mean, it was an illusion. Obviously, it wasn't there. So I
Yeah.
challenged it. And just, I went through this, I let it crack me open. Or I let it overwhelm me, or I just let it, I let it, I let it disappear. I just let it, just heck with it. Come get me.
Yeah.
And I tried
Wow.
to listen, move right to me, and then it cracked open. It just shattered. And that's what happens when there's nothing there anyway. So it's a hoax. And once you accept that and you welcome it,
Yeah.
there's nothing for it to do. But just it disappears. It's like someone knocking on your door. It gets louder until there's no one home. Then it leaves.
I just thought, who's that knocking on my door?
Yeah, that's right. You might
Who's
knock every
that ringing my bell?
you might knock, but you can't come in.
Yeah. Oh, and Mickey asked in the chat about the music that you played at the beginning with the lesson and wondered if it was from Lord of the Rings.
No, no, it was well, I don't know where it was from. It was called Conquest, and it was a from a album of epic, it was epic music, and it was from an copyrights free.
Oh,
Copyrights free music. That's why I'm playing. It's copyrights free. I can find the name of it. Hold on.
okay.
It's called Conquest by Dragon Tamer.
Okay.
Yeah, the album
Cool.
is called Last Great Beat.
There you go.
Conquest.
All right. So we'll continue on here.
Yeah, back to it. All right,
Uh,
go ahead.
Back to our regularly scheduled
Yes,
programming.
yes, exactly.
We'll continue reading here. My stepfather once said something that made me feel renewed hope. He told me, the light in you is too bright to fail. Oh, that's beautiful. The light in you is too bright to fail. When he looked at me, I could see that he refused to believe in the sorry picture of his stepdaughter curled up on his couch, dark circles under her eyes, unable to eat, trembling uncontrollably. He refused to believe it because he sided with our inner therapist's vision. And that was exactly the help I needed at that moment. I say it now to you. The light in you is too bright to fail. When anxiety kicks up, you have a number of options, but ultimately, the only way through it is through it. And going through it looks different every time for everyone. Wow, that was a great section.
Absolutely, like that. Going through it is always looks different, but it always comes from love. It always, I guess, looks different depending on the person. It's kind of like that thing we saw. I don't know if you were here, but we saw a cabinet thing where everyone was learning their own lesson on their own timeline. But they all kind of fit together like a puzzle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a puzzle. Everyone has their own shape and their own little. If you look at every shape, like a little lesson learned, and all
Yeah.
of them have their own different lessons, but they all fit together perfectly. So instead of like, it's a nice way of building tolerance for everyone. around you.
Yeah. I just had this vision of everybody doing their own individual puzzles, with the edge pieces and all that. And then all of a sudden it was like, there are no edge pieces, though. That's the illusion. It is one big puzzle. No edge pieces.
Everyone just gonna put their own, everyone's a piece and everyone has their own little, there's no ending, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no edge because it's not the vessel, it's not just the person. We're all one, so we
Right.
don't have edge pieces, but
Yeah. It's all one, we're all one infinite whole. So,
one puzzle, no edge
right,
pieces.
right, right. No edge with
That
the
need is a visual in my mind is so amazing.
cool. Yeah, I see it too. I see it. One,
Oh, I
one
love it.
infinite, like infinite, one infinite space.
One infinite, yeah, one infinite puzzle, no edge pieces. I love that. Wow.
Well, I think
Okay.
we said
You
once
want
before, we're building a puzzle, but we don't remember the picture.
right.
We're kind of figuring the puzzle out as we go along what the picture is, and all of us have a slightly different idea what the picture is. And so,
Yeah.
so what we fight over is like, what the heck's the picture? Yeah, I think it's a cow. I think it's
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's this. I
No,
think it's
this
that.
piece fits here, and you're trying to squish it in even to the point of like wrecking it a little
Yeah,
bit. And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. And
no,
I
don't
feel
bend
it.
that piece.
Yeah,
I need that piece.
exactly.
Oh my gosh. I'd remember putting puzzles together, like smaller puzzles, and then you get to the end and there's a piece missing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the worst. I mean, I just watch people, but my wife and my mother-in-law and my daughter love puzzles. I can't stand puzzles because I mean, puzzles are funny because puzzles, they're like the universe. I mean, you get a puzzle, first thing you do is you break it into pieces. A puzzle that's already put together is useless, right? So this is the universe. The universe is put together, and we find it useless. So we broke it up into pieces. What's the point? Just put it back together again. And that's exactly what we do with the universe. We have the universe is a beautiful little picture of the universe, and everything's working perfectly. And then we said, all right, now it's time to bust it up into a bunch of pieces. And that's why the universe is just like a puzzle. And now we have to put it back together again. And then it'll be just like it was when we got it. Or like it was beforehand. If someone put it together, once you're done with it, the whole point is to put it together.
Yeah.
Once it's done, then you're through with it.
Yeah.
It's just there for like an hour, and then you're done with it.
Then you just take it all apart and
Yeah,
put it back in the
exactly,
box.
exactly. You're done. The whole point was to bust it up and put it back together.
Or if you're like my mom, she would put that stuff on it, that glue, and then hang them up in the
Oh, that's
cabin
nice.
that
All
we
right, so then
had.
yeah,
So, yeah.
she treasures the journey.
Hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. But still,
Pretty cool.
the journey is what she's treasuring, and the journey was the putting it back together.
Yeah.
She says you don't just buy the muzzle put together already and hang it on your wall.
Especially especially the Anne Geddes puzzles. She's a lady that does these pictures of babies and different,
Yeah,
flowers or this or that. And especially those didn't get broken up and put away. Those were definitely had the hodgepodge stuff on them, and those were up because they were precious
yeah,
and Geddes. I'm sure
yeah.
they were expensive too, more so than some of the other puzzles.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
What a good analogy there.
Yeah, puzzles.
Puzzles.
I mean, options for intense times. You want to read?
You go.
In the midst of an anxiety episode, you have to decide the right way the right way to handle it. Here are some options listed in no particular order. Review the mind-straightening mantras or perception shifts that give you hope that will make it through this, and you'll make it through, and you will make it through. That will make you through this. That will make you through this. You will make it through, even if you are feeling stuck in your anxiety pattern. When you are willing to listen to your inner therapist instead of ego, success in transcending the ego is guaranteed. Let me see the text. Verse 8, verse 4. Practice the mind straightening mantras and anti-anxiety meditations as well as you can right now. All right, that's pretty straightforward. See if you can work on accepting or at least acknowledging that anxiety is happening right now. All right, so it's the best you can. Welcome the anxiety, let it be there, and you don't have to do anything to do that. By the way, so you're sitting there just letting it be there,
Mhm.
being who you are in the moment, just being with what's there, just being there. It's
Mhm.
harder than you think, but once you get used to it, it's very easy.
Yeah.
It's in its simplicity is why it's so difficult. Because I have somebody, a teacher of mine once said, the simple, the more important things are usually very simple. Because breathing in, out, continue.
Yeah. And
Breathe.
now continue.
Repeat. And that's it. That's breathing. But it's very, 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 very important. See if you can work on accepting. See if you can work on accepting or at least acknowledging what anxiety is happening right now. We want it to go away so badly that just accepting it for what it is can seem impossible. Remember, this is happening because it is an opportunity for you to grow and learn. Be
Mm.
open to what you can learn from the anxiety. Someone said that pain is not a sensation, it's a language. So anxiety is a language as opposed to just something that's getting in your way. You hear what it's trying to tell you.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
usually anxiety gives you insights on how to conquer it,
Mm.
how to let it go. If you really want to look into it, you need to let it go. It's usually the best thing to do because anxiety is usually useless, or it's always useless. But the only thing it can tell you is it can give you insights into yourself that can enable you to let go of the anxiety. They can tell you why you're guilty, or where the guilt is,
Right.
where
Right.
the shame is, and where all the negativity is. And sometimes
Well,
it helps to see it so you can let that bury you, let that bury you, let that bury you, let that crack you open, let those things happen. And all you're really doing is letting all this other anxiety go. Turn to an
yeah.
earthly therapist for help. Many
Well,
counseling
just
techniques.
hang on. Just hang on. When you were saying that about um, anxiety, it's anxiety isn't helpful. It's a story that the ego's made up.
Yeah,
Like it's made up. It's a made up. It's always just, I'm really starting to get that it's always just this thought that I've separated from God.
yep.
It's it's not about, oh my God, she said this, or I'm worried about the dinner or what's gonna happen here. And all of that it's made up. It's not
No,
even happening.
that's absolutely right. And it's not even happening. That's at least that's a good place to start. I mean, then you can move towards the specifics of the situation, but you can't start there. You can't start with the specifics of the situation and say that's the cause.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
cause starts from your desire for separation from God. And then
Which
you
we
might
don't, which isn't recognized because
no,
it's been
exactly.
covered up
Yeah,
doubly, triply,
exactly.
quad, like it's just completely been just hammered walls and everything
Right.
onto it. So
Exactly.
it takes time to even accept that because I remember at first it would be like, well, I'm not mad about being separated by God. I'm mad because X, Y, or Z,
Right. That's
you
why
know?
this you did that to me. You did that to me. You did that to me. And if you tell somebody that they're really not mad because of the reason what they think, but they're mad because of God and what you're mad because of your relationship with God, it's an authority problem and the things that the course says. They're get angrier with you.
Yes, yes,
They say, "What the hell are you
definitely.
talking about? I'm trying to tell you something here," and
Yeah,
fight back. Get involved, sort of thing. Because really what happens is you realize the problem is that you think you're separate from the person you're talking with.
yeah,
And then the specifics of that might be easier to understand once you realize that it all came from your separation with God.
yeah,
That's where the primary reason is. And from there, you can build your reasons in the specifics with the person you're dealing with, knowing that it all comes from you.
yeah.
I have this, I believe that when you come back in life from reincarnation, you come back as your ancestors. I mean, your descendants, not your ancestors. You come back as your ancestors. That's a unique trick for reincarnation to come back as your ancestors. You
Yeah.
come back, you come back as your descendants because it's a good way to sort of deal with your stuff. It's usually where your family and friends are.
Yeah.
You come back as your descendants, and so it was one of those things where I was trying to. It's like I'm what did I bring it up for again? What were we just talking about?
It's like you come back as your
No,
ancestors.
no,
You
no.
said.
What the heck were we just talking about? Why did I bring that up? I'm spacing when I brought that up.
The separation that we think it's something else, but it's actually just our relationship to God that people get
yeah, yeah,
upset.
yeah. So the connections that you make with the reason why things are happening can I know my separation between the truth and why things happen are you never know until you know what's really happening. In other words, I'm not sure if this is a connection or not, but the reason why something's happening here is happening because something else is happening.
Mm.
And something else is usually something. I'm not sure why I brought this up to be honest with you, but I know what I was trying to say, and maybe you'll help me out why. But the reason why I'm in the situation I'm in now is something that happened from a past life, and I see it very clearly. I was in a past life with something that happened to my grandfather, who I was, and the relationship I had with him is dictated the relationship I have with my father now, and it made
Oh
perfect
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
It,
yeah. I
it
can
made perfect
see.
sense.
I think I get that. Yeah, I
You
can see things that my kids are going through, and I feel like it's stuff that I've already done, or I can see that it's a repeat of it. And it didn't matter what we did to bring them up. It just it's gonna be that way because it thinks it's split the mind.
you think you're talking about the script, or it must have been something to do with the script. I wasn't sure
Okay.
exactly. It must have been something to do with the script, but whatever it was the script. The script, the script was, but it was easier for me to understand. Oh, yeah, I was looking into yourself and finding out, understanding more about what you were trying to of what's going on in your script, understanding the free will or what I don't know. I'm not going to get into it any further because I said something and you said something that you thought of about the anxiety, something that rang about triggered something you said about anxiety, and then it led to that. And but I'm not going to think. Let's just go on.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm stumbling now over trying to figure something out. That's not
Y-
probably that
You're
important.
clear, but I get it. And yeah, you can just go on.
Yeah,
It's all good.
it's one of
I
those
do get
situations
what,
anymore. It
yeah,
would snip.
yeah.
The
Well,
scissors.
I do understand you're talking about like a past life
Yeah.
and
I,
um
I, I said I just don't know why I came up with it. I mean, I remember what I was saying now that my father's situation was my relationship was dictated with my relationship with him when I was his father.
right,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we all raised each other.
Yeah, I love that.
I raised
We
my
all
father.
raise each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so be careful how I raise my kids because my kids are gonna be raising me eventually. When they're
Right. Wow.
so
Yeah,
because
that's a great statement.
yeah,
Yeah, we all raise each other. Be careful how you
yeah,
raise your children because they'll
yeah,
be raising you next.
yeah.
And that makes sense then. Gives me that sort of puts into perspective why like abuse of children happen then
Oh, yeah,
because there's something just not healed there and it just gets worse and worse and worse as it
for sure.
reincarnates. So,
Yeah, for my grandfather, he lived with his wife, my grandmother. And I didn't know he died before I was born, my grandfather. But when he lived with his wife, her sister moved in. He was supposed to live for 2 weeks, and 40 years later, she was still living with him.
oh my
And so
gosh.
and they used to gang up on him a lot,
Yeah.
and he had to deal with that his whole life. Now he dies, and that is that I he right before a year before I was born, he died. So this is pretend for a moment that I'm him. Now I'm dealing with my wife. And so my wife and my kid living here with me and me. I'm dealing with the same thing as I was dealing with before.
Right.
Different bodies, different relationships. My daughter and my wife's sister, and it's like ganging up as much. But there have been times when I felt that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting the empty nesting that I wanted to get. I'm dealing with two people who are two mother and daughter, so they're very often on the same side, so to speak. I feel that way sometimes when I'm fighting with them. You know what I mean? So and then I realized, well, I've been dealing with this type of thing for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm still dealing with that. So then it helps me realize, well, then I should just let go of this stuff.
Maybe it's time to let go of
Yeah,
this stuff.
I was doing this
Yeah.
when I was Grandpa Willie. You know, it's a long time, man.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, and then you go back further. It was all these problems that we have now, we've had before
Yeah, exactly.
in many different ways and in many different lands,
Yeah,
probably on many
that's
different
so
planets,
true.
for what we know. You know. Anyhow,
Wow. Yeah,
that was rather random, but it led to something.
thank you.
All right, so where are we?
Number 3.
3. Turn to earthly therapists for help. Many counseling techniques can help you deal with anxiety. Your therapist should be a part of your circle of support. If you don't feel comfortable with your therapist, find a different one. Remember, our inner therapist can sometimes speak through others when we are too stricken by fear to hear ourselves. It's very true. I mean, we used to, I'm looking for a sign, looking for a sign. The easiest way for God to talk to you is through other people.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe through media, social media, but still, other people. It's always through other people. It's not the conditions and situations. Conditions and situations are created by people,
Mm.
not by
Hmm.
not by chairs and inanimate objects.
Well, the people place the
Yeah,
evidence.
everything is run by the people that are involved in the situation. So if they're looking for signs, listen to what people say and then make your choices. And as she's saying, the signs and I mean, sometimes it's other people, which means sometimes you can hear it. What people are saying can help you, obviously.
No, yeah, you don't hear it. It gets interpreted through the thinking, so it gets twisted.
Yeah,
As soon as thinking takes hold of anything, it's twisted. It's TT, twisted thinking.
what's the thing? That's right. So it sounds like a band.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Twisted Sisters,
Yes, it's
Twisted
a sister, right?
Thinking.
Twisted thing.
Remember Twisted Sisters?
Yeah, I remember them. I remember them very well.
Yeah.
And
I
the
don't
80s
know. Did
band.
they sing, Come on, feel the
Yes,
noise?
that was them.
Girls, rock your boys. We're
And
getting
the 80s.
wild, wild, wild. Oh, yeah.
They had a good look. They
Okay.
had an interesting look.
Yeah, that's
Big
the 80s.
giant 80s band.
I
Lots of,
love the 80s music.
yeah.
All right.
So consider medication. When I was experiencing intense panic, medication was the only thing that brought relief. The fear had such a strong hold that I needed external help to loosen the grip.
Oh, I want to mention something. The other
Sure.
day I heard you talking about medication, and you were talking about, how it didn't really do anything. You knew it was just like a magic pill or something to that
Symbol.
effect. And
Symbol.
and I had to laugh because I have said that to Mike. I've been taking my meds, and I look at Mike and I'm like, just taking my placebo, honey.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I said I used to take my symbol of the health. That's what I was called. My symbol of health. That I need to convince my body that it's getting what it thinks it needs.
Right.
I mean, this is a symbol I need because I'm symbolically sick. The sickness is symbolic of what really of what the body thinks it's going through, and the ego is sending that signal to me. The ego and the thing about it is that the symbol, once I know it's a symbol, hurts the ego's mission.
Right.
Because now it's like, oh shit, he knows.
Yeah. Oh shit, he knows exactly.
He's getting closer to the truth, getting closer to the house to me. I bet then it gets trickier. Thought system is always one of those things where it always maneuvers to try to win. Every choice you make, it makes a choice it's playing chess with this, playing chess with the ego, and every choice you make is a computer making the exact right choice.
Yeah.
But eventually we'll beat the computer.
Yeah.
Consider medication. When I was experiencing intense panic, medication was the only thing that brought it through. The fear had such a strong hold on me that I needed external help to loosen the grip. For me, medication was like the eye of a hurricane. Give me a break and some breathing room before I face the rest of the storm. That's cool. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with this option and no reason to feel guilt. Be willing to take the medication, whether it's pharmaceuticals or natural remedies, when you're inner therapist with your inner therapist rather than with your ego. It may not be fixing the root of the problem, but you're still working on the root and conscious guilt we carry, while experiencing some temporary relief. If you take your medication with the inner therapist, you'll stop needing it when you are ready to let go of the guilt. That's so important.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
Really important.
that's so amazing. Wow. I can relate to that with even smoking pot.
Oh yeah, with anything. Well, it's really for anything, but it's temporarily. We tend to say, all right, I'll wear my glasses, I'll wear my coat, I'll eat my food, I'll go on my diets, I'll do everything that's easy for me to do. But the stuff that's really hard to do, get off my medication, stop taking my heart pills.
Mm,
I'm gonna feel guilty about that and not do it.
yeah.
That's the hardest thing. Though, I'm gonna get rid of my pills and my medicine, and I'm gonna take a large risk with that. As part of the easy stuff, I'll continue doing. It makes no sense. If you want to work on your spirit and your ability to such a mind over matter, whatever you want to call it, then do the easy stuff first.
Mm.
See if you need your glasses before you say I don't need my heart medicine. If you pass your glasses or your ability to face the cold without a jacket, get to a place where you can walk on coals. Once you can walk on coals, then all right. All right, now you're set up. Now you can stop taking all your medicine. Now throw away your medicine off the bridge.
Yeah.
Or flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
I mean, if I started taking when I was in Christian Science before here, I like Christian Science. I mean, they got a lot of smart stuff going on there. I mean, they're not idiots there, but they're very strict on one thing. You got to stop before they pray for you, and they'll teach you anything you want. But if they pray for you, you can't be on any medication.
Oh,
You can't be seeing a doctor because
wow.
they want to be the only ones that are praying that are working on you, so to speak. It's just the
Mm,
thing. So I was just saying, well, it's not something I really want to do. I mean, if you can say that, throw you out or anything, you can say that, you can learn the classes, but if you want to be prayed for specific illnesses or something like that, you have to say, all right, I'm gonna get off all the medication. So I didn't want to go there. And then when I found the course, I found something that's also dealing with the truth. And so it was with the caveat, don't put yourself through immense amount of fear and then more guilt because it won't be productive.
mm.
So it was saying the same thing though. There's no mind in matter. There's no spirit in matter.
There's no mind in matter. Right.
Right. There's no spirit in matter. There's only God, and God's the only one here. But if you get your head around that, then don't go free. Pretending you get your head around it and get rid of all the stuff that you need. Don't sleep on the street and say, I'm in my home. Don't stand in traffic and say buses coming at you. Say, I'm not really, I'm all powerful. And back when Mary Baker Eddy was first starting out, the hospitals didn't nearly have as much ways of helping out as they do now. Now, I'm not stating that everyone should see doctors. If you don't want to, you don't want to. And maybe a lot of people are set up for that more so. I mean, my grandmother and her sister were both Christian Scientists, but they were such dispositions for it. They were always in a good mood. They were also doctors anyway. So really, so they were set up for that, and then they went further with it in Christian Science, but they were set up for that completely with their personalities. I mean, they never were angry at anything, smiling all the time, laughing all the time. That's something the doctor wants in their whole life, I think, before they were Christian Scientists, because
Yeah.
they became elderly, they became Christian Scientists. So,
All right. Are we trying a temporary distraction?
I'm sure. Try temporary distractions. Sometimes distracting yourself helps reduce the intensity of the anxiety. I'm talking about healthy distractions, such as going for a walk, not alcohol or recreational drugs, darn it, which can simply add additional layers of fear to be undone. We have to be careful about using distractions because we can fall into perceptual distraction as a way of avoiding, I'm sorry, we can fall into perpetual distractions as a way of avoiding dealing with the anxiety. Reserve distractions for the time when anxiety feels too intense and be willing to look at your distractions with your inner therapist.
I could see that the other day, yesterday, and in the last 2 days, I saw myself distracting myself with just sort of organizing things that didn't need to be organized rather than doing cleaning. And then the next day, I was noticing myself doing cleaning rather than doing some other task I had to do that I was procrastinating against. And I was like, well, I'll be damned.
Yep, yep.
I was like, oh, wow, this is very
A
interesting.
lot of times I just lay there instead of doing what I want to do.
Okay.
I just said something I should do this, but I'm going to lay here instead.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I'm going to lay here and watch TV. I'll lay here and watch some spiritual stuff. I'll lay here and do this. I'll do that and do this. I'll do it later. I'll do it 10 minutes before I'd like to get it done. Or
Yeah.
10 minutes before my wife gets home and she asks me to do something, I'll do it right now. I'll walk the dogs now. The last half hour before my wife gets home, and she's asking
That's funny. Michael come in and I'm yelling, no, no, you're not home yet, honey.
yeah,
I haven't done a fucking thing yet.
yeah, yeah. There's always this,
Oh dear. It's
but,
so funny. We're so funny, it really does get to be humorous. I mean, before I would be so upset with myself, and that would come out on him. I
so,
would be grumpy to him. He'd
so
be
look
like, what
at
the hell did I do? And I'm like, I don't know what you did, but you did something because I'm mad at you. Like, I didn't realize where it was really, truly coming from. Like, that is so amazing to be able to see that because it doesn't have the hold. And then it gives me compassion for somebody else. And I can be like, well, wait a minute, I've been there before. Because if I've never been there before, then I'm sort of I do get this spiritual ego where it's sort of like, well, what's your problem, buddy? Just go through it. If
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know it, it was tough for me to go through, then how can I see that it may be tough for somebody else? So
yeah,
I'm grateful for going through things.
yes,
It's
yeah,
it's it's so important. And Dove writes in the chat,
yeah.
yeah,
Laugh.
gotta laugh.
It's true. It's true. It's true. So
Oh, I can hear you
yeah,
say that, Dove.
it's true. Yeah, laugh.
Yeah,
You want to finish off the reading?
sure. Are we at 6?
Six.
Look at what is arising inside you with your inner therapist, even if it is only for a moment. That is so true. Oh, this is getting good for me anyway, in my life, because it's just starting to cement itself inside, like I'm
No,
really starting to believe it more and more and more. If we feel we can't turn toward the anxiety on our own because it is too much, we can still be willing to look at the anxiety for just a moment with our inner therapist's help. I used to wake up with a ton of anxiety and jump out of bed to distract myself from it, the opposite of you and sometimes me too, Red Wayne. I do the lay in bed too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to lay here. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Slowly, as I felt ready, I began to take a few moments on waking to look at what I was feeling with my inner therapist. This helped the anxiety fall away because I began to lose my fear of it. Nice. 7, remember your rock. This is your support system and those people or that one person who are willing to look past the surface to the truth. You are well. You are not sick. You are not a body. Love is who you are.
Looking past somebody, they're not the body, they're not the body's images, they're not the body's memories, they're not the body's pictures, they're not the body's manifestations, thoughts, they're not the body's anything, anything, and they're not the body or any of the body's projections, whether it be projections in the past or projections in the future or projections anywhere. So what you're left with is nothing.
Yeah,
There's nothing left
nothing.
over. That's what you are, and that nothingness is a creative nothingness. It's pure potential.
Yeah, pure potential.
And it's creative, and it's that which is creating everything and anything that you see. But it's really creating nothing. I mean, it's what's dreaming up all of this. But it's what we consider to be everything and something. But it's pure potential from our perspective. It's pure potential. It's pure creativity.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what whenever you get really freaked out, just remember you're not anything. You can't find yourself. If I said find yourself right now, but don't look to your body and don't look to your body's pictures. Could you find yourself?
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, you can't find yourself.
no. I was talking about memories the other day with Mike, and I said to him, when if I look in my mind at a memory, I see myself like the people show on a movie. When they're thinking of a memory, they show the person themselves, like so that we can see the person, right? Like it's not coming from, like Mike said, well, when I'm looking back to this memory of this phone, I don't see myself. He says I'm seeing my hand go out and
Really?
grab the phone. I'm like, that's not how I see my memories. I actually see a person, like this other person.
Very
So
interesting.
I
Yeah.
found that really interesting. Like, because I said to Mike, I said, well, maybe the memories when I see myself as a whole person are all false. And if I have a memory such as yours, which I've never had, of it being from the perspective of those eyes looking out, that could be maybe quote unquote true memory, although none are true. I get that. But one step closer to seeing, wait a minute, there's a different way to even see memories.
Yeah, I mean,
That that blew me
they
away.
both happen to me. They both happen to me. Most of the when I was younger, especially, I always saw myself separate from. I was viewing myself in the dream, my body. I see my face. I see my body.
Yes.
I see it
Yeah.
from of an observing perspective.
Right.
But sometimes I see it from the perspective of my head, but of my eyes.
Yeah.
And but usually with memories, that's a dream. I'm talking about a dream at night. Memories, I usually just if I'm thinking back, I don't really know how I see it. Frankly, I don't remember how I see it. So how I with memories, except if I'm deliberately going back in time to a memory for the purposes of acting or something. I want to bring something bring to the. I'll see it the way Mike sees it because I do it on purpose that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
go back in time and I go, all right, I want to pretend I'm in the room again, and I want to pretend I'm there right now. And the way to
Right.
do that is not the best thing. If I observe it, then I'm not in the room. I'm seeing my body in the room. I'm separating myself from it. But if I'm one with it, then I'm there again. and I see the room, and I smell the room, and I feel the room, and I hear the sounds of that time. Everything, all my senses are going off. It's memory. I'm
Yeah.
remembering what it feels like to be in the room. So then I do it that way. But imagine normally with memories and dreams at night, I'm more like you.
Good. Got it.
I'm more like
Cool.
you, yeah, because I don't know what that means. I would
More
imagine.
like you. Yeah, I get it. Okay, what do we got? 8 minutes. I've got a song. It's 4 minutes, but I don't have to play it. So I'm just
Go ahead,
gonna
play
go
it.
to, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna finish here. Eight, meditate. The following meditation can help you move through and out of anxiety. Well, we could do this meditation and
Okay.
then see if there's time for song. You do it because you're good.
Okay. Let's meditate, passing through anxiety. Oh, okay, cool. Grounding with the breath. Sense it going in and out. You can always come back to this breath if you need to orient yourself to the present. Acknowledge that anxiety is present. Notice whether you are breathing from high up in your chest. If you are, soften your abdominal muscles to allow your belly to expand and contract as you breathe. Say to yourself, the light in me is too bright to fail. If I'm experiencing lack of peace in any form, I am simply misperceiving. That is all. I'm not going crazy. I'm learning to become more sane. Visualize the anxiety as a heavy fog over your mind. Anxiety can only exist in time, not in truth, and it will pass. It is just a fog, a symbol of misperception. It has no power to hurt you. As you breathe in and out, imagine seeing the fog passing by. It has no power to change the truth about you. The deep part is always at peace, even though the surface part may be focused on the fog of fear or pain. Nothing you breathe. Imagine yourself noticing your breath. Imagine yourself dropping beneath the fog, gently resting as it floats by overhead. As you breathe and rest beneath the fog, you reconnect with the part of your mind that is always at peace. Now connect with your willingness to see the fog differently. Imagine that your willingness is the sun that burns away the fog. You see that the fog has no power over you. It's not who you are. You are peace and joy and love. Say to yourself, peace is what I am, and I'm willing to claim it now. Amen.
Thank you, Red Wayne.
Nice. That was nice.
Very nice. I really enjoyed that. I love that that I didn't have any thoughts. I was just listening to you and the words, and it was just like a nothingness, really, but serene, serene. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for doing good. She's some good stuff here. All right, so that's today's gig. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Ozzy, as usual, it was an absolute pleasure.
Yes.
And this was a this was a good one. We actually got some good readings in. We usually get this. Absolutely, Sharon. It was good and we glad to have you here. And everyone else, thank you in the room. And I gotta leave right away. I hate to kind of come here on exactly 11:30 and leave at 12:30 or 12:30, 1:30. But I have a doctor's MRI at 1 or 2 Eastern, so I have to get the heck out of here and get there by 20 minutes to get there. I have to get there. So but I'll listen to actually, I can't listen to it because I'm in the car. So sorry about that, guys, but it was a pleasure being here, and I'm back Thursday at 12:30. But so until then, everyone, God bless you all, and I love you and peace.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks for Wayne.
Yeah, and Audrey, thanks so much. It was a pleasure, and maybe I'll see you Thursday.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Wayne and Ozzy. Wonderful sharing.